everyone, this is Get to Know the Goddess. It's Goddess number 9 today. And the cards, I've had Lilith, the first woman. She's been on my altar. She came through for me yesterday. And then I shuffled the cards and I had 2 cards actually. So I may well do a double reading today, not in the one video. But I'm starting with Lilith first. You know, it's funny for me when I do these videos, whether they're tarot for the moon or for Taurus or for the Get to Know the Goddess, you know, I always watch them back, not only to make sure that they're suitable for sharing on YouTube, but I watch them back as well because the messages are always relevant for me. And that's why I'm choosing Lilith, because it's something that I've been working with and honouring with. And I guess that's why I'm being asked to share it, is because it's present in my life. You know, and those of us who offer these kind of services, you know, it's not that we're separate to you. We're actually all going through these energetic experiences together. And I guess maybe that's why some of you may resonate with me personally, is because we're going through similar energetic experiences. So yeah, I'm going to talk about Lilith today. She is the first woman. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. So I am going to connect this personally and to the general readings that I've been picking up for June. There is this energy at the moment about closing down cycles, closing down limited beliefs, closing down anxiety, worries and negativity. These, as I say, limiting beliefs, these ways that we've been living that aren't serving us. So the Knight of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. And this is, you know, the full charge of mental anxiety. It's full speed ahead, all in the mind, and it's so fast that you can't even see the countryside that you're racing through. You've completely lost yourself from the present moment and from this embodied experience. And Lilith is the first woman. She was the first embodied woman. And I'm the voice of my body and soul. And I get to decide what I desire. I get to decide how I want to live. I don't have to be spinning through the world, you know, with mental anxiety, with overstimulation, with over-information, with this drive and this force forwards. I can stop, become present, get embodied into who I am in this moment. And then once you slow down and get clear, you then have the space to really check in with your heart about what you want. And this is exactly what I'm going through in my personal life right now. You know, just stopping, finally, going through the motions of doing things because that's the way they've always been done, you know, how to earn money, how to be of service, all these ways that we're attached to our identity. Because I didn't have the courage or the trust to leave enough space and to tap into my heart center and to trust that I have the answers for myself. And Lilith is, as I say, she's the first woman. She's this strong woman that knows her own body and mind and will never compromise that. She'll never betray herself in that way. So we are at a crossroads, as I say, with the collective energy at the moment. We're making decisions on which direction to move forwards. We've got stability and structure of the past. We've got, and it's not all bad, you know, it's not that we have to change for change's sake right now. But if you are going through a period of reflection, it's really about getting into your heart center to say, is what I've built, are the values that I have, is the stability and structure that I have, is it serving my heart's desires? Because there's always new potential. There's a pentacle here guiding the new direction. And this is, you know, there's nowhere else for this to go. You know, it's reached the top, it's reached its peak. And a lot of what I've been talking about in my June readings is that we are in this cycle constantly of becoming the master and then becoming the student, where we never plateau at the top. We can never just stay at the peak, you know, of the climb, the peak of our progress. We have to let go, replant and begin again. So this is a crossroads time. Again, that I say I am personally going through, to look at the values that I have and whether they serve me. And this is about choosing to live from your heart, from a heart-led perspective, but also choosing to live and believe that your heartfelt desires can manifest. And we are joined by the Queen of Pentacles again. I feel like she's so present in a lot of my readings. I resonate with her. This is an Earth card, so I'm Taurus. So Taurus is one of the Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn. But this is an embodied woman. The Earth elements from the divine feminine perspective is about getting into your body, getting into your senses, getting into yourself, losing yourself, being grounded. Mother Earth is grounded, Father Sky is consciousness, the mind. So we have these two corresponding elements and we flow between them, we flow through them. But the Lilith element here is saying you've got to get into yourself, you've got to connect to who you truly are as a woman, as a man with feminine qualities, and open up the heart center, because the heart center is where we can live and lead a life from and with love. It's not from striving, it's not from the sharpness of our mind, it's not from the force and from the pressure and the adrenaline, which is the masculine energy that's out of balance in our patriarchal world. This is stopping to slow down, to get presence, to get embodied in yourself, to understand yourself, because you know, all of us have similarities. We all have similar stories, and that's why we find support and encouragement when people share their experiences, because then we can think, okay, I'm not alone. It's not just me dealing with this. But we are also unique, and we all have very different ways and different wants and different desires. And who else is going to know that better than you? So this is saying, this card is, it's a time for reflection time. And we're looking at starting a new journey, letting go of the baggage, walking towards the sun, almost being foolish to the external world to say, yeah, my heart's desires may not be they may not be understood by you. They may not be easy to understand in the way this world is operating, of drive, information, stimulus, boxes, brackets, you know. But I know what I want now. And with that innocence, with that purity, with that new beginning, this full energy, you know, this energy of Lilith says, it's up to you then to step forward into your heart's desires. You can create this, but you can only do it once you've connected to what it is that you want. But it is, the Fool card is stepping forward, like she says, I choose the life I desire to live. What else are we here for? You're not here to keep your parents happy. You're not here to keep your children happy. You're not here to keep your partner happy. You have a particular, unique soul's purpose in it, and that comes through once you tap into your heart center. And at the end of the tarot cards is the Emperor, which is interesting because, you know, there's normally a lot of feminine pictures that come through in these tarot cards and these readings, particularly because I'm reading divine feminine energy. But the Emperor for me is this balanced, grounded energy once more. It's the king, it's the master. He's seated, he's in his throne, and this balanced energy here. There's the lush colours of the purple and the red, the richness, yeah, and it's the sensual nature that I'm getting in these cards. You know, it's a very stark contrast to me, the way I feel about this card to the way I feel about the King of Wands. King of Wands is such a fire orange, you know, hot card. And to me, that's kind of like the burnout end of the patriarchy, is the burnout end of imbalanced masculine energy. But the Emperor is grounded, he's met with his Empress, you know. So whether, you know, your heart's desires are for a true soulmate relationship, or just to become the king of your own empire, your castle, Lilith is saying you need to start the journey towards that by going within, by becoming your own Queen of Pentacles, by understanding your heart's desires, and then stepping out into the world and acting on that basis. And that means saying no to sometimes sensible opportunity, to things that feel contrary to you in the mind, but they feel true in the heart and with your higher self. And it's about stepping away from the need to control each step or all the steps, and just saying, in this moment, what is my heart's desire? What is going to connect me more to that as I move forwards? And what's really lovely is underneath the Knight of Swords, hiding behind this anxiety, is the Ace of Cups, these new beginnings, this new abundance, this desire, this fulfillment, this love. We just need to step away from the cloud, from the obscurity of our heart's desires, and we will be met, we will be provided for, and we will master this new path you know, from the fool to the emperor, yeah? But we've got to start somewhere, and we've got to start from within. Okay, so as always, I will read from the book from Megan Watterson about Lilith. Okay. Lilith embodies our sovereignty to declare our desires and do what must be done in order to live them out. So I feel the Emperor card here, yeah? Declare your desires and do what must be done in order to live them out. Be an empowered person. According to Jewish folklore, Lilith was Adam's first wife. She was created from the same earth as Adam, so when he expected her to be subservient to him, she refused. Lilith explained to Adam that they were equal, made by God. So when Adam insisted again on her submission, Lilith uttered the divine names and flew away. Supposedly, Adam sent angels after her to force her to return, but she was with Archangel Samael and she desired to remain with him. Ancient Jewish stories portray Lilith as a demon, but contemporary feminist theologians like Judith Plaskow have incorporated women's experience and women's voices into traditional texts, and they transform the fearsome, vilified Lilith into a wise, empowered woman. Lilith embodies the emotional and spiritual aspects of our unconscious or unrealized desires, sensuality, and unbridled sexuality. She owns her body and soul completely. For many women, Lilith is the icon of freedom. Lilith is the first woman. She is the woman who refused to be dominated or defined by anyone or anything outside of her. When we select this card, Lilith asks, what would happen if you left everything behind? She wonders what prevents you from getting to experience all that you desire. Is it you? Is it an idea of someone you have to be? Is it society's definition of what it means to be a woman? Lilith asks the questions that sometimes never fully reach the light of consciousness. Lilith is unclaimed. She is the ruler of her body and her soul. She reminds us that we are too. And not only that, we have a sacred obligation to be the body's fierce protector. If I were entirely equal to everyone else, to every man, to every angel, what would I choose for my life? If I see myself as worthy, as the first woman ever created by the divine, what more would I ask for? Am I living the life I desire? Am I fulfilled sexually in my current relationship? Are there aspects of my sexuality I haven't been able to face and voice? Lilith refused to settle. She answered all these questions within her, and she took action on the truth she uncovered. Lilith demanded that she meet with what she really desired, and she's here to demand that we all do the same. I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life that I desire to live. So, powerful cards for Lilith. It is a time to reset, to go within and check in with whether what you have externally in your world, the stability, the structure, the love, the relationships, the status, you know, whether everything you have, earth, in the material world, is truly your heart's desires. Have you built what you really value? Or do you need to lighten your load and have the courage and the bravery and the honesty of Lilith to begin again? Because there's always new potential. There's always more. And your cup, you deserve more. This is what Lilith's saying. If you undervalue yourself, then that's what you'll get. But if you truly believe that you're abundant and you're worthy and your heart's desires can exist, then they're there waiting on this new journey towards fulfillment, towards true contentment, power over yourself, knowing your inner kingdom and ruling that wisely as the emperor. And this grounded masculine energy in balance, in harmony, not driving you forwards with anxiety and instability. So the only way for me that I really have managed, and it's an ongoing path, process, to get out of the stimulus of the mind is to get into the body. And this is the divine feminine path. It's to become more heart-centered and feel into your emotions and release them, and not let your rational, calculated, often mean little mind tell you that things are impossible or aren't available or won't be there, or that you're not good enough, you know, all those mental limiting beliefs that we have. The mind has too much power and control right now. We're imbalanced. You know, this rational mind is masculine energy, and this heart center, this intuitive voice that we can tap in, which is heard through the mind, is the feminine energy. And that is, you know, what we all individually need to bring into balance to help ourselves, help our friends and family, and also help raise the divine feminine energy for the collective. Okay, so I'm going to say about Lilith, thank you for watching, thank you for your likes, subscribes and comments. It's really lovely to hear from you, and I will post another video too. Sorry, I will post another video, Get to Know the Goddess, soon. Thank you.